After starting the season 4-2 and dropping our last conference game to Washington, we're going to be extremely hard-pressed to make it in not just the playoffs, but the conference championship game as well. I mean, we're going to have to finish off the season 6-0 and still need a little bit of luck from other conference opponents to be able to make it to the game. The good news, though, is the fact that we are actually still atop the Heisman watch list, so if there's any positive that we can take out of the season so far, it's going to be that. But we do have some really difficult opponents coming up to finish off the season, and we're going to have to be extremely stellar to stay atop that list and also give ourselves a chance to make it to the playoffs. I mean, we're going to be facing number 9 UCLA, number 2 Penn State, and Maryland today, as well as in the next video, Oregon, Wisconsin, and Purdue. Obviously, the only team here that is under 500 is going to be Purdue, so needless to say, it's going to be a very difficult schedule, especially these next 2 games. But we've been playing pretty well this season, which obviously explains why we're atop the Heisman watch list, but I think we can continue that trend, and hopefully we can, again, give ourselves a chance to be able to get up to that point. Now, it does look like it is exam week, but I don't think that we're going to be able to put anything into our academics. Let's hope that we can at least pass our classes and all that kind of good stuff, but we need to make sure that our health is just as high as it can be for this week. Again, huge matchup right here, and we do not want any wear and tear whatsoever. So needless to say, we're not going to be doing any training this week. Instead, we're going to be upping that leadership, and hopefully that's going to help out a little bit in this game. We do have 10 skill points, but like I said, we're going to be saving that for the speed upgrade, and that is going to be coming sometime soon, hopefully by the end of this video. But we have a really big matchup this week that we need to focus on, and that is going to be against number 9 UCLA. Pretty much every single game that we have for the rest of the season is going to be important because we already have 2 losses. If we want to have any shot at making the playoffs or making the conference championship, we need to win out. And that starts this week against UCLA on the road. They're 4-2, 2-1 in conference as well, just like us, but they're 90 overall, which leads me to believe this is going to be an extremely difficult matchup. But we've had over 100 yards in the receiving or the rushing attack in every single game this season, one or the other at least. I think we can continue that here. And thankfully, we get the chance to set the tone here as we're going to be starting off with the run right away. We actually find a hole there. Great job by our interior lineman to be able to actually allow us to get 8 on that. That looked like that was going to get stopped in the backfield, or at least just for like a gain of 1 or 2. And he definitely pulled it out right there. As thankfully, we get some really good blocks again. And we actually get it to about midfield. A little worried right there. It looked like we might have ended up fumbling. But we're going to be fine. Look at that. We even get a little help from the guy on the other team. How nice of him. You can tell that, we're a Heisman candidate and he wants to get on our good side for when he eventually starts bagging groceries after his college career. As we get a really big gain up the middle yet again. And my goodness, man, we are just killing it on the ground right now. Question is, can we keep that up? As, now they're starting to put some guys up the middle to be able to stop us. So let's go for a pass on this one. And I'm actually going to split out. That helped out a lot in the last video, so let's see if that can actually help out here as well. As we're going to get it out, and we end up catching it, but it's only a gain of 2. Now, I hate to do this because I'm a little worried right now. The first option of the day always kind of worries the hell out of me. But come on, Stucky, I trust you, buddy. Never mind, I shouldn't have. He ends up holding on to it, and we end up losing 2. Not what we want to see here, especially as we're down on their side of the field. We do not want to see this drive stall out at all. So let's split out right here. Let's see if we can find a way to get to the first down marker and be able to pick it up. Oh, I thought we might have actually got that. We went for the aggressive catch. Honestly, the fact that that was an intercept is good enough for me. But it would have been really nice to be able to pick up some points there because we didn't even get the field goal as we're going to get... Never mind. Very inaccurate throw, unfortunately. And that is going to be an incompletion. You know what? We're going to change this up. We're going to go for the inside. You know, why did we stop running the ball? We're doing so well with it. May as well keep that up. As, unfortunately, they read that time. And we only ended up picking up 1. So, I think it's time that we end up going for the screen pass. We may as well. This is the place to end up using it. Because we need to get 9 yards, and I think we're going to be able to pick up the blocks to get those right here. As we get it out, thankfully... Oh, he missed the block, but we still end up getting around him. And it might have been a close one, but we still end up picking up the first down. And that makes me pretty damn happy as we're back past midfield again. Now that we're on this side of the field, can we stay on this side of the field and be able to pick up the score? We'll find out in just a little bit. As thank God he ends up pitching it. We get a little boost of energy right there. And my goodness, we cut up to about the 20-yard line? We got 69 yards on 5 carries right now. We're looking really great on the ground, and I wish I would have realized that these guys did not have a great run defense before this game started. So let's go up the middle. Oh, boy. Yeah, we had no blocks on that one, unfortunately. They were selling out for the run for sure. And needless to say, they ended up stopping it. So let's go. 2nd and 11. We're going to go for the cross screen. And yeah, that just ended up getting stopped. We're not going to go for that ever again. Instead, we're going to go for the halfback angle. And again, we're going to split out right here. And we're going to hope that we can end up getting up to the first down marker and end up picking up the first down. He's getting pressed out there. I wonder if we can actually... we'll figure it out once we snap the ball. Let's go. There we go. What was that? What was that? Why did you loft the ball up, man? I wanted a bullet pass to the outside. We could have turned that upfield. Instead, we only ended up with 3, but thankfully our defense has been stellar all season. Thankfully, they're doing the same thing right here, too. As we get to the outside, I was hoping to break off that tackle, but we do end up picking up a first down. That's great, especially considering the fact that at this point, they should be expecting the run. You know what I mean? We got 80 on 7 carries. You know you got to stop that, as they did right there. And thankfully, we slipped past. And what could have been a tackle for loss ended up turning into 4 yards. And we'll take that. As we're going to do, no one's over here. Snap the ball. There. What is that? What was that? Stop lofting the ball, man. We actually could have had it. No one was out there on us. That guy was a little late getting out there. And if he could have actually hit us again, or there we probably would have been fine. That's all right. 3rd and 6. Do not let this drive stall out. There we go. Ooh, thank God. That looked like that was a little low. But thankfully, we go down and actually grab that one. Thankfully, this time he didn't just loft that fucking ball up. So let's go. 1st and 10. Looks like we got a lot of guys on the outside. No one up the middle. So let's do that. There we go. Look at that hole that we end up getting. And we are down to the 40-yard line. We're looking, again, really damn good. I was not expecting that against a defense that was, a 90 overall or something like that? 89? Whatever it was really damn good. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter, where we're holding a lead. A very small lead, don't get me wrong, but it's a lead nonetheless. As I do not want to see a bear dancing on my screen. Are you kidding me? Either way, let's go for a run up the middle yet again. Again, that's been our bread and butter today, so if we can continue to get that to work, I'm all for it. Let's go. Yep, unfortunately, we did not have enough blockers there, and we are still just a couple yards short of 100. But, time we go to the air yet again. I do not want to wait for 3rd down this time. I want to make sure that we get the first down here without having to get to the 3rd down. Ooh, wow. Okay, that's fine. I was not expecting him to throw the ball to us right there. I was waiting for him to just, end up going for, or waiting for us to call for it. But, damn, I'll take the secure catch, though. 3rd and 1 is much more manageable. They're selling out for the run. So hit me. Let's go! I can't believe he actually got it over his head. I was expecting that to get swatted down. But, man, dude, you know what? I have a lot of qualms about Stuckey, but you know what? He's actually performing here, so I got to give him a lot of credit. But let's go. 14-yard line. We keep inching closer and closer to the end zone. And, yeah, inch by inch right there. We only got 12 inches on that one. Either way, let's go for the run yet again. 2nd and 9. They're going to expect the pass on this one. We've been going for a pass on 2nd down. So let's go for the run instead. Let's get a major hole up the middle. And let's get in the end zone. We finally end up finding 7. Thank God we ended up finding the end zone. We needed 7 on that one. That's going to put us up by 2 possessions. And thank God, as long as our defense can continue to do what they're doing right now, we might actually pick up an upset. And do you believe it? They did. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they're holding them scoreless. Let's go. Oh my gosh, that was kind of a hospital ball right there. But still, we end up catching it. And that's going to be a 2nd and 6. Man, they just have so many guys up front. It makes me want to just audible and again, just motion out. Again, we're not going to go for that drag. No one's out here with me? Okay. There we go. Thank you. Give me a block. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. I wish we could have broke off that tackle, but damn it, man. Big first down right there. No one was on us. We knew we needed to get that ball quick, and thankfully we ended up picking up a good first down on that. Almost at midfield, as we're going to get past midfield on this one, and a whole hell of a lot more. Let's go. That's going to be a 1st and 10 down on the 39-yard line. We got 2.5, well, just under 3 minutes, I should say, to be able to pick up another score here. If we can go up by 3 possessions before half, that would be absolutely incredible. So let's go. Pitch that out. Let's go. We got some good blocks. Let's go. We get that little surge around. End up breaking off that one, and we get down to the 15-yard line. We are just dominating right here. UCLA does not know what to do against us. And honestly, the way that we've been improving, can't blame them. We're playing extremely well right now. And let's go. This is going to be our last play before the 2-minute warning. We really do not want to end up giving them any time to be able to score after we end up getting in the end zone here. And honestly, I think we're going to run this down to the 2-minute warning. I mean, at this point, we want to give them no time to be able to respond before the end of half. They're getting the ball back too, so again, we do not want to allow them to double dip. Let's go. 2 minutes. Let's run it up the middle. Oh my gosh, but if we have a touchdown, we just can't pass that up. We'll give them a little bit of time, I understand, but that's our second touchdown of the day, and man, we're up by 3 possessions. Not just that, but did I mention we have 164 yards on the ground? Yeah, crazy. Call me crazy, but we're actually going to run the ball right here. I know it seems ridiculous, but look at that hole that we end up getting. And we end up getting all the way up to the 43-yard line. So let's go. I don't know why we're going motion on this one. This is stupid by me. That's going to waste a little bit more time. That's all right. We're going to be open in the flat because no one's going to guard us right here. I'm calling it right now. There it is. Uh-oh. Let's go! We ended up getting around him. Thank God. I thought he was going to end up tackling us. But thankfully, we're able to run out of bounds right there. And we got a minute to potentially score yet again. I'll be honest with you, again, with the overall that UCLA is and how they're being ranked this season, the fact that we are up 17-0 here before the end of half is absolutely insane. So let's tack on a little bit. I didn't even call for that. Well, so much for tacking on more. Let's just hope the defense stops them here. And thankfully that pick did not give them a ton of momentum right there. Because they only ended up picking up 3 between that and the first drive of the third quarter. So let's see what we do to run right up the middle right here. That was stupid. I had the ability to run around him, and I just decided not to. Why? Not quite sure. That's okay, because you know what? Still 2nd and 10. We're almost at midfield. This is a great place to start this drive. Let's go. Let's get this screen. Oh my gosh, he's there on us. Yeah. They read that one, and now we got a third and extremely long. Well, comparatively speaking, pretty long. 3rd and 15 right here. Let's split out. Someone's got to get open right here. Someone. They're going to leave someone open. There we go. That's going to be us up the middle. Let's go. They ended up going back into his zone, and we found a little pocket to end up getting free. And that 3rd and extremely long is now a 1st and 10 past midfield. At the 41-yard line, let's go for a run again. Why not? Look at that major hole yet again. I need to pick different terminology when I'm discussing this game. But, hey, that's a big first down to the 31-yard line. And we just keep marching downfield. I do not like going for the option on this one. I like what we're seeing up the middle right here. So let's hope we can get those blocks, which we kind of don't. But we still end up picking up 3. And that is definitely a lot better than nothing. Yeah, this is one I think we're going to go for the option on. We're not going to audible out of this. Let's go. Let's go to the outside. Pitch it. Let's go. And we're wide open. Let's go. Take him head on. Ooh, and we get taken down to the 1-yard line. Stay on our feet. We end up breaking the tackle there. And we got ourselves a chance to pick up our 3rd touchdown of the game. Question is, are they going to allow us to get it right up the middle right away? As they end up getting a lot of pressure. And yeah, kind of what I was expecting right there. We haven't gotten a receiving touchdown yet. And by the looks of it, I think... Oh my gosh, no, we're just going to stick with it. You know what? I trust our offensive line. They've been dominating this defensive front all day. Why can't they do it here on the 3-yard line? 2nd and goal. Well, that's why. That's all right, because you know what? This is where we go to the air, and this is where we end up picking up our 3rd touchdown of the game, and our 1st through the air. Plus, we're only 5 yards away from picking up 100 through the air. We're already got 200 on the ground. Absolutely insane. There it is right there. Touchdown number 3. We go up by, what, 3 possessions now? And hopefully we can start to put this game away. So why not just tack on some more, am I right? Let's run this ball. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, okay, they're starting to pick that up. I mean, we may still be in the 3rd quarter, but again, we're up by 3 possessions, and there's only 6 minutes of game time left on the clock as he ends up holding on to it, and that is going to be a 3rd and 10. But we've already picked up a 3rd down that was longer than this, so let's do it yet again. Oh, why do I feel like the tide is about to turn? Yeah, okay, yeah, so that's totally on me. I have to take all the blame for that. And let's go. Last play of the 3rd quarter. Let's just hold on to this lead, damn it. Let's get a good gain as we just run into the back of the guy and we end up losing yards. Not the way we want to start our demise here in the 4th quarter. That's all right. Hey, we put that one behind us right here. As we see there, number 9 right there, Penn State, who's our next opponent, is number 2. But, yeah, I don't see us anywhere up there. That's a little unfortunate. That's all right. You know what we can do here? We're going to pick up a win against a top 10 opponent, and we're going to be able to shoot up that list. Calling it right now. 2nd and 10, they got 6 guys up front. Go for that mesh spot. We're going to split out yet again, but this time we're not going to throw into an interception. I hope. Let's go. 2nd and 11. There. What was that? What was that? I mean, we still end up catching it, which is great, but I don't know what the hell that was. Worst part is now it's going to be a 3rd and longer than I was hoping for. Hopefully he doesn't end up lofting the ball up yet again. That's been a bit of an issue here. But let's go. 3rd and 6. Oh no. Oh yes. What? I don't know what happened there. I got no words. You know what, though? I don't give a shit. We got ourselves a 1st down here, and we're going to continue this drive. And while we need to be a little conservative right now, we just can't play timid. That's going to be the main thing. And that was a timid catch, unfortunately. Again, there was another one where we didn't call for it. He just threw it to us, and unfortunately, we just weren't ready for it, and we end up dropping it. Let's go for that speed option, though. There we go. Get it out to me. Let's go. We got a huge lane. We got a monster lane right there. We end up trying to break off that one, but we got it all the way down to the 34-yard line, and we're back in business. I thought that the tide had turned at that point, and they were going to make their comeback, but no, man, that 1st down right there is beautiful. Better than that run right there. But the good news is we keep the clock going. We're under 4 minutes here for the rest of this game as, we almost made a nice little cut there, but unfortunately it is going to be a 3rd and 5. But again, it's a whole hell of a lot better than a 3rd and 10. And here on a very noisy 3rd and 5, we need to pick up this 1st down right here. As we get that, we turn up the sideline. We get down to the 15-yard line as they're going to start to take their timeouts, which means we're going to do our best to just run the rest of this clock out. My assumption is they're going to sell out for the run, but man, I trust our offensive line, and I trust our ability to at least get positive yardage while we can. We're not going to go for that speed option. I feel like he would actually probably end up just pitching that out, but I see a little gap right there. I feel like maybe we can end up hitting that right there and end up potentially getting a 1st down, or at the very least 3 or 4 yards, as we do get a little hole, and we get a whole hell of a lot more than that. We end up getting in the end zone. I know that's going to give them more of a chance to be able to score and be able to win or come back, but that's going to put us up 3 full possessions. And even though they ended up scoring, It doesn't matter. We're going to end up taking the knee right there. We end up picking up not just a slim victory, but a huge victory over a top 10 team and a conference opponent as well, man. That keeps us in the running to be able to get to that conference championship game. Again, we have a lot that needs to go right, but still, this is a damn good start. 4 tutties, 238 on the ground, over 100 in the air as well. If we want to win the Heisman this year, these are the types of performances that we need to have against teams like this. And honestly, that's the first time this season that I felt like we were actually a talented enough team to be able to compete with some of the better conference teams like that. But here we go. We got a coach talking to us. Yeah, we're going to be playing a team, again, Penn State, who probably ended up winning last week and may actually have been bumped up to number 1, but doesn't give up a ton of points on average. So we need to record 100 rushing yards or 65 receiving yards and lead us to a win. Those first 2, I think, are going to be extremely easy. That last one may be a little more difficult because, as we see after this NIL offer, where they want us for 2 weeks, 2 energy up front, we get 5 skill points up front and 300 followers per week of the contract. For 5 skill points, I'll take that deal all day. That might actually allow us to be able to get that speed boost here. We'll see in just a moment as, of course, we end up picking up Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week and also National Offensive Player of the Week. I figured as much, man. With a game like that, you bet your ass. And yeah, unfortunately, Penn State is still undefeated, but they're still just number 2. Somehow, we still haven't been bumped up to the top 25, but hell, you know what? Keep underestimating us. Watch us beat Penn State here, and hopefully we can end up finding a way to end up climbing up into that top 25. Well, we got 6 weeks here. Our academics are going to be extremely important, but also so is our health. So let's get up there. We're going to have a little bit of wear and tear. -1 to break tackle, but realistically, we're in a really, really good position right now. That is a very minimal wear and tear. So very happy about that. But again, because of that NIL offer, that's going to get us 18 skill points, which allows us to get that +1 to quickness. Our acceleration goes up to 95, the speed to 92, and I'm really hoping that that is going to end up helping us out, especially in a game against a team like them. Now, like I said, we're going to be looking at some of these abilities as well. Of course, we're going to have to up like the hands and the power, potentially the route running too. It's going to up our overall, but again, we really want to make sure that we end up looking at our physicals too. Now, honestly, we've been splitting out a bit, so takeoff wouldn't be a horrible thing. Sidestep is great too. We just don't juke a ton. Maybe we should start doing that. But honestly, again, because we are a bit of a receiving back as well, I think we're going to get that takeoff. May as well get the bronze. We're going to be able to, unfortunately, not upgrade that anymore because we're not going to be able to upgrade our acceleration. But being able to have at least bronze takeoff, I think, is going to be nice. We can start to work on that sidestep later on as well, along with the other things that we're going to have to upgrade. Now, again, we do have this big game against Penn State as we end up simulating practice because, again, this is going to be our main focus right here. They're in 94 overall. Thankfully, that defense is the weakest side of the ball. But, man, they have a huge advantage over us, and they're at home. We just stunned UCLA. Can we do it against Penn State, too? This really is going to be the biggest challenge of our season. And if we can take them down, we can take everyone else down, too. I mean, we're going to have to show up and actually play the game, but you know what I mean. Well, let's go. First play of the game. We end up getting a really big gain. We end up getting caught up on our blocker a little bit. But, man, a 26-yard gain right up the middle to start. That's how we want it to be. It's a nice little play right there. I think we're going to continue to go to that inside zone. Why not if it's been working? Again, it looks like they got a couple guys on the outside as well, so that we might actually have that hole up the middle. So let's do that right here. Ooh, he ended up getting up to that next level, but we ended up blowing it a little bit there. Still picked up positive yardage, and that's a positive thing. But again, only 3 on that one. But we are past midfield. So we're going to go to the air on this one, 2nd and 7. Where are you again, I did not call for that ball. I don't even know if you were trying to throw it to us, but whatever you were trying to do, it just did not work. So we're gonna blow our chance right here at the screen. It's not going to work later in the game, unfortunately. But 3rd and 7, we need this first down. Thankfully, we're going to get that edge to the outside. We're going to scoot up a little bit. We get it down to the 36-yard line. Not as many yards as I wanted to get on that one, especially if we're going to waste that right there. But you know what? We're actually in somewhat field goal range right now. We're just going to have to do it a little bit more. As, man, that guy ended up going unblocked. No one was there, unfortunately. And we're faced with the 2nd and 9. So I think it's time to actually break out that speed option. Let's do it. Pitch it. Thank you. Oh, you missed the block, buddy. Oh my gosh, that was going to the house. That was going to the house if he would have picked up that block, but no. He just missed him. And we only end up picking up a couple yards. Which means it's going to be a 3rd and somewhat manageable. Let's get that right there. And again, just enough for the first down. We probably could have ended up picking up more if we let that develop a little bit more, but I wanted the fresh set of downs. This is going to be a really long drive. I mean, it's been a couple minutes already, so let's see if we can make it a little bit longer as we almost break out that tackle. And unfortunately, we end up getting an injury on the team. Now, I know they're kind of suggesting a screen here, but like I said before, we've already done one on this drive. And we've learned on Heisman mode, when you do it too often, they end up reading it. There we go. We end up hanging on to that one. And another one that we didn't call for, but he ended up throwing it to us anyway, and I'm not going to be upset about it. So 2nd and 2 right now. Again, this is just going to make it much more manageable to be able to pick up the first down. I actually kind of like the hole up the middle here. Do we go for the inside zone? No, I think we stick with what we got. Let's motion out right here, and let's end up finding a way to pick up a first down. What was that? What was that? Stucky! What are we doing, man? We needed a touchdown on this first drive. And I'm sorry, did Coach go for a fake field goal and pick up the first down? Either way, we got a 1st and goal on the 7. So let's find a way to end up picking up those 7 points, as that is just going to be 2 yards, not 7 points. Let's go. 2nd and goal right here. We're going with the, oh my gosh. Yeah, the weak side does not look good, unfortunately. Can we actually switch the side of the field that we're running to? I don't think so. So let's go. Yeah, we just can't get around him again. That's going to be 3rd and 5. How are we going to get in the end zone right here? How? I think we're going to have to split out yet again. Why not? It's the thing that's worked. So let's see if we can get free. 3rd and goal. There we go. Thank God we end up getting that. I was so worried right there because, again, if we didn't pick up 7 on this first drive, feel like we were going to be playing from behind for the rest of the game. But thankfully, we get in for 7, and we're the first ones on the board. You know, is our defense just goated? How are they holding them to just a few points? What? We just gave them 7. Yeah, our defense is goated. It's our offense that's just god-awful. And we just gave them a free 6 because they did not get the extra point. Our defense is bailing us out yet again. Let's go for a big run. Recuttable! Jute! Let's go! Big gain right there for 9. You'll love to see that, man. You'll love to see that. Let's go. 2nd and inches. We need to pick up the first down right here. Come on, we need to make up for that last blunder. As we at least plow ahead for the first down. We end up getting stopped and met in the backfield, but, again, our power is just, I was going to say unmatched, but it's definitely not. Our power is not that great. Let's just run this ball. Screw it. Let's go. Right up the middle. I trust our offensive line. And I also trust us to get around. Good 6 yards. A very hard fought 6 yards. And we got a 2nd and 4. So we're going to go out for a pass on this one. This time, please do not throw a pick. And let's see if we can get free on this one. Again, we're matching up pretty well, surprisingly, especially with the overall difference. But can we pick up a first as we're going to get out? And he overthrows us. That's the Stucky special right there. As, man, what could have been a first down and a bit more past midfield is now a 3rd and 4, which means we're going to split out yet again. Looks like he's on us. There we go. What a catch. He gets up for that one that time. Almost overthrown, but nope. We're just that damn good of a receiving back. So let's go up the middle this time. 1st and 10. Last play before the end of the quarter. As we just run into a group of guys, and that is only going to be a gain of 3. But at least we're starting the second quarter up and on their side of the field. So let's see if we can gain more yards than that, as we do not fool them with the run on 2nd down. So let's go back to good old reliable right here. Let's split out. Let's split out. Let's go. And let's pick up this 1st down right here. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we lofting, Stuckey? Why are we lofting? And honestly, bro, if some of our defensive players don't get drafted, I'm going to be surprised at this point. Holding number 2 Penn State to literally 0 points, because that is us that gave up that 6. So, again, this has been all defense. Well, let's go. 2nd and 5. We couldn't break free on that one. Let's see if we can do it. On the inside zone. I was going to go for the speed option, but look at that hole up the middle. Let's do it. Right here. Let's not end up picking that up. And let's make this a 3rd and 4. So, unfortunately here, we're in a little bit of a bind. We saw what's happened on the last couple 3rd downs. So let's not let that happen right here. So let's see. We couldn't split out completely. Let's see if we can get open in the flat. There we go. No way. No, we tapped our toes. Can we please go back and review that? There's no way. Look at that. We tapped. Oh, but the heel went down. But the heel went down. Hold on. But we tapped the toes. Hold on. They could give it to us. You never know. Come on. Give us the ball. Boom. 1st down, baby. 1st down. Getting absolutely not bailed out, because that was us that actually made a good play. Either way, though, 1st and 10. Let's go. I can't believe we ended up getting that. There we go. That's going to be a secure catch up the middle for a gain of 6. And we're rolling, baby. We're absolutely rolling. Let's go, man. If we could get the blocks up front right here, we got a big 1st down. Calling it right now. And we get some pretty decent ones. And we're going to be just short of that 1st. Yeah, let's just run one right up the middle right here. They're going to be expecting that run, but doesn't matter. I trust our offensive line as we end up getting that and a whole heck of a lot more. Going to be an extra 5 right there. We get ourselves a 1st down. They're going to be expecting the run on this one, I feel. So I know I said that they're going to be reading pretty much every other screen that we have this game. But I think this one might fool them, especially on 1st down. Let's get out there. Let's get free. And yes, there's no one out there. Juke around him. Let's go. And that's going to be a 1st down. Down to the 29-yard line. Stuckey not having the greatest game. Only 59 yards with 2 INTs. But, oh, you know what? We're making up for his blunders. I kind of wish I could actually audible to the speed option to the outside. But instead, just going to run up the middle. And we end up picking up positive yardage. That's a good 4 right there. Not the most impressive, but it's 4. We'll take it all day. Well, let's go 2nd and 6 down close to the red zone now. Let's split out. Just no more interceptions, man. That's all I ask. Last play, hopefully, before the 2-minute warning. And we're going to have ourselves a 1st down. So 2 minutes left, and we're starting in the red zone. Still have all 3 timeouts, so we got all the time in the world, essentially, at this point. So let's run the ball. Gets up to the next level, but he ends up catching us from behind. And that means that we're going to be faced with a 2nd and 8. Let's go to the air on this one. And I don't feel great about it, but we're going to do it anyways. Split out. Let's see if we can at least get just a 1st down. There we go. Secure catch. Or not a secure catch. A catch and run right there. That's going to be a 1st down to the 5-yard line. They start to take their timeouts because, needless to say, they want a little bit of time here to be able to score. So, let's go up the middle with the run. Yeah, they're going to be calling timeouts here. So if we don't get in the end zone, it's fine. We're going to waste all their timeouts. But we're going to get in the end zone right here. We end up going up, I think, probably by 8, assuming we're going to kick the extra point. We end up going for 2. That would be a 2-possession lead. But, again, I think it's safe, especially against the number 2 team in the nation. And if you can believe it, we have another opportunity before half. Our defense, again, is just fucking stellar, man. insane. As we had a catch and run, and thankfully we get that out of bounds. And that is going to be a 2nd and inches. Again, we do have 2 timeouts left. I guess we ended up using one. But again, being able to get out of bounds is going to be able to preserve that a little bit. And it's nicer. They're playing prevent. We might be able to get some good points here. There we don't go. That ball is out of reach. And we got, again, to 3rd and inches. I can't believe that. We would have actually had some good yardage right there. But instead, now we're faced with the 3rd and inches, and we're not even in field goal range. So come on. There we go. That's fine. We're going to call that first time out. Again, at this point, I just wanted to make sure that we ended up getting that first down. We did not want to give them the ball back. And again, at the very least, we want to be able to get a field goal and push that to a 2-possession lead. But again, there's a lot that needs to go right to be able to make that happen. There we go. Nope, never mind. We end up cutting in. He could not hit us. And that means it's 2nd and 10. Again, I feel like we're right on the edge of field goal range. I don't know what our kicker can do. Obviously, he's missed some from this distance, so we need to get just a little bit closer. There we go. And there it is right there. We got the first down. We got 15 seconds left. Let's rush to the line, because why not? And let's do this. That's fine. Come on, let's hurry up. There we go. Catch and run. Let's get out of bounds. And I think we do. We do. And 6 seconds left. I guess he's going to kick the field goal. Honestly, it was the right call. It really was. But I wanted to be greedy and get a touchdown there. But that's okay, because we get the ball back yet again. But their defense is a little angry right now, it looks like, because we have not gotten 100 on the ground yet. We've gotten over 100 in the air, which is great. So we ended up fulfilling that one challenge that coach gave us. But we need to win the game too. It'd be nice to actually pick up the yards on the ground as well. But there we go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know how they left us just free across the middle. I'll be honest, I was a little worried that they were going to end up picking that. But no, not at all. Not with us, man. And Stuckey just looking like an absolutely stellar quarterback 1 out of every 5 plays. So let's keep this up now. Let's run this up the middle. We want to be able to get that 100 on the ground. And we're not going to get that there, but that's a good 7. That is not bad. We take that all day. So let's go for that speed option to the outside. I think this is the first time we've done it. We're 10 yards short of the 100. And I just realized they're the number 2 stadium to play in. Or toughest stadium to play in. Let's get to the outside. Look at that speed. That boost to the speed that we end up getting with those skill points, definitely paying off right there. As we were able to actually kind of get that edge. And we got ourselves the first down. And 100 on the dot. Now we just need to focus on winning this game. And we can do so with a major hole like that. We would have just sprinted up the middle a little bit more. We would have actually had, maybe not a touchdown, but definitely would have got a little bit closer to the end zone. Well, let's go. 8-yard line. Only 8 yards to go to be able to go up by, what would that be, 3 possessions? A pretty light 3 possessions, don't get me wrong, but 3 possessions nonetheless as we end up getting stuff there. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go with that halfback angle, of course. Yeah, we're going to split out again. I thought that I could audible into something else, but unfortunately, I did not see that play there. So we're just going to have to be creative ourselves. Let's get this. There we go. Get that. We get around. Boom. We get in the end zone. That's what, our 3rd score of the day? And hopefully this is going to start to put away Penn State. But we still got a lot of game left. But have I mentioned how great our defense is? Because my God, man, look at this shit. Are you kidding me? The only 6 points Penn State has been able to score has been on that pick 6. Unfortunately, our wear and tear got so bad in that game, though, that we ended up getting taken out for the rest of it. But it doesn't matter, man. 24-13. We take down another top 10 opponent. Penn State ends up not being undefeated anymore. And if they do not recognize us as a top 25 team, I'm going to be absolutely flabbergasted. I mean, damn, man. 25 attempts, 117. Not the greatest average hit we've had, but again, against the number 2 team in the nation, not bad. We had 1 touchdown on the ground. We also had 2 in the air. 143 on 16 receptions. Needless to say, we've been the entire offense, a lot of that because of us just being selfish, but that means that we end up winning. I think it's worth it. And needless to say, Coach is very happy about that. We end up completing all 3 challenges when we only need to complete, I guess, kinda 2. But we end up getting 500 extra XP, that little extra Coach happiness, and we're looking really good this week. And would you look at that? The Big Ten single season receptions record. We still have 4 games left to play this season. We already set a conference record. And also, of course, the career reception record for Indiana as well. I would imagine if it's for the Big Ten, it's also for Indiana too. So let's advance the week. Let's hope that we have a lot of energy because we need to study and we need to get our health up. I know it's not another top 10 team, but Maryland at one point was a top 10 team or a top 25 team. So we need to be aware of this one. As Coach wants to talk to us yet again. We're doing an incredible job both on and off the field. Come on, man. You're going to make me blush here. Thanks, Coach. I really appreciate that. We get that extra Coach trust. And I think at this point, that's not really going to matter too much. But still, we'll take that all day. Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week. Tell me something I don't know. National Offensive Player of the Week. That was something I didn't know, but glad to see nonetheless. So again, facing Maryland, we sneak into the top 25 now. 6-2, number 25 in the nation. Maryland is 6-3. They've dropped a couple since the last time we saw them. So let's see if we can take advantage of that. Now again, I know studying is going to be extremely important, but our health is a little more important. We're going to have to really put a lot into that in the coming weeks, especially if we end up having a bye week coming up. I think that's going to be all academics. But again, let's just make sure that we're as healthy as we can be for this game, because we're at home this time. We just took down 2 top 25 teams. Not just 25, top 10 teams on the road. Why can't we do it against a non-ranked team at home? Now, they do have the overall advantage over us, but again, like we saw in the last 2 games, that overall advantage meant jack shit. We're at home this time, and as long as we can dominate the way that we have in the last couple games, we can end up coming out with another victory here. Unfortunately, it is going to be raining, and unfortunately, they did end up getting a field goal on their first drive. But hell, our defense held Penn State to 0. Again, it was the pick. Well, no, I guess they did end up scoring 1. But either way, come on, we shouldn't have that hard of a time against Maryland here. So we get some good blocks. We cut up a little bit. He doesn't even try to go for the tackle. We end up picking up 9. Great way to start this game. We're going to go for the halfback sweep on this one. It's one that we haven't done very often. So let's see if we can actually make that work here. As we end up just cutting up the middle. And we end up picking up that first down. It's only 2 yards, but first down's a first down. We always deserve. We always appreciate a fresh set. Am I right? So let's go. 1st and 10. Not even close to midfield yet. So let's do that right here. Ooh, that is out of range. I don't know if that was. I don't know if that was the weather. I don't know if that was just Stucky being Stucky, but out of range and unfortunately on first down, incomplete. 2nd and 10 right now. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Thankfully, they do not have a linebacker that can actually match up with us, and that is going to be enough for that first down. Now we're down past midfield. That's what we love to see. So let's get a big run right up the middle here, and let's stay on their side of the field as we run into the block. And unfortunately, we do not pick up the yards that we actually had the hold to get. We do pick up 6, and that's positive yardage, but again, we want more than that. Hopefully we're going to get that here. Oh my gosh, on that option. Honestly, great defensive play by them and great discipline by everyone on their defensive front to be able to actually cover both the quarterback and us going out there. So let's do this right here. Come on, snap the ball. There we go. No! I can't believe we didn't catch that. And please don't tell me that this is the game that we end up losing today, man. Come on. My heart can't take this. Thankfully, again, the defense ends up holding them. But, man, their defense is just too damn fast for us. My goodness. Hate to say it, but I think it's time we break out the screen. We need to kind of put them back on their heels a little bit, and I think this is going to be able to do it. Get me out here. There we go. Get that block. Get some more. We get up. And there we go. That's a good gain all the way up to the 27. And we're looking pretty damn good now. Let's go. We get out of that danger zone a little bit, and we're able to push it upfield a little bit more. If we can actually break past this second line right here, we got to score. So let's do it. Never mind, we don't get it. That hole closes up extremely quickly. And we're struggling. We're already struggling against Maryland at home, too. So come on, speed option one more time. Hit me. Stucky! 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 What are we doing, man? What are we doing? My dude, he pitched that first one when he shouldn't have pitched it, but he didn't pitch the second one when he should have. Rough. 3rd and 11 here. There we go. There we go. Can we get down the sideline? We can't. That little sidestep kind of stopped us a little bit, but hell, you know what? We're getting closer to midfield. We got a first down. We're happy about that. Let's go up the middle with a run right here. Can we get the blocks that we so deserve? We do not. And honestly, dude, this rushing attack is not working against them. We only have 16 yards on 7 carries. That is a horrible average. See if we can pick it up on this one. We do not, but Stucky does end up holding on to it and only gains 1. Well, we're going to go for the all goes because that just splits us out automatically. And if we're one-on-one right here, I think we could actually get this. Let's do this. There we go. You bet we do. We end up getting some really good yards there, and we're all the way down to the 30-yard line. Yeah, we're definitely making our presence felt here in the passing game. Now, again, we just want to pick it up on the ground as well. My goodness. Can we get the blocks on this one? Nah, we do not. We didn't even follow where we were supposed to go. That one is truly on me. I have no one else to blame but myself. But that's the great thing about football. You put that last down behind you, and you go up the middle on the next one. Let's get some good blocks. And there we go. At least we got ourselves a first down. It's a good 7 yards, and that's better than anything we've been averaging all day. So, yay. You know what? I think we're going to change this up. No, we're going to stick with what we got. We're going to run right up the middle again. Yep. Ooh, we end up pushing forward for a good 3 yards. But, again, that's not what we necessarily want to see. We've already gone for a screen. I don't know if they're going to read this one or not, but hopefully they don't. Because it would be... No, don't do that. Okay, good. Keep them on that side of the field. Hit me over here. Come on. Thank you. That was a horrible pass, Stucky. But we still end up gaining 3. And that's better than nothing. A 3rd and 4 is a lot better than a 3rd and 7. Or if he would have got sacked there, a 3rd and a whole hell of a lot more. So let's go. Does 83 really think he can line up? Is that really an 83? It doesn't matter. Let's pick this up right here. No! What was that? What was that? Don't tell me we're just going to go for the tie now. I am so infuriated. We should have picked up 7 on that one. Instead, we only pick up 3. And now we have 1 minute to go 95 yards. We got to run right here to get out of the danger zone. We got a hole. Let's go. Can we get around him? We cannot. But still, we get a huge gain up to the 32-yard line. Our best run of the day. And it comes in a very pivotal spot. But the clock is running. We do have 3 timeouts, which is really great. And we're going to have to burn one of those right here. Again, we're just not hitting the holes that we need to hit. And we're just missing them somehow. We're just missing them. So we're going to have to be more diligent about that in the second half. But for the rest of this half, I think we're going to be passing. At the very least, we need to get into field goal range. What was that? What was that, Stucky? That is a horrible, horrible pass. And we need to get a new quarterback, man. Or we need to just transfer to a school that has a better quarterback. Guys, again, Stucky has just been an absolute liability under center. Let's go 3rd and 9 right here. There we go. We catch it. It's going to be a 4th and 1, and we're not going to go for it. Coach is going to punt. If we didn't just come back for that, we actually could have had that. But instead, it's going to be no score before the end of half, and let's go. Great run to end up starting this half. That's what we need to see, and hopefully that's going to give us a little bit of momentum here to be able to push ahead and hopefully be able to take down Maryland, because I want to be able to get a good lead while we're still in the game. You know, Coach is going to take us out for wear and tear at some point, and we hope that it's not going to be soon as we break off some tackles and pick up a first down just past midfield. We love to see that. Love to see that. So let's go for a pass on this one. Look at that. We're reaching We're getting closer to the 100-yard mark in both receiving and rushing. I know you guys can't see it, but 82 receiving as we're going to pick up some more right here. As we were just free, we end up beating them off the line. And that bronze takeoff definitely making a big difference there as we get up to 105 for the game. We're going to go for the hitch corners on this one. We're going to show a no back set. Maybe they're not going to know what to do here. 1st and 10 though. Oh my gosh. Can we get this? I am an idiot. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I chanced that, especially when we don't have the lead yet. We were in prime position to score. Someone please explain to me why I thought that we could have actually picked that up that way. That's okay though. They didn't score, but we're backed up yet again. We're going to rush to this side, and yeah, they were just selling out for the run. And we unfortunately do not pick up anything. We're going to go for the halfback angle on this one. We're going to have to get this out really quickly, and hopefully we can end up getting out into the flat right here. We just can't afford to give up like a pick six right here. There we go. Get that catch and run. But we do pick up 7. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's going to make this much more doable. 3rd and 3, and we're not backed up. So let's do this. Let's split out yet again. Switching sides of the field. Where do we go on this one? 3rd and 3. There we go. Thank you for getting up for that one, and we end up staying in bounds. Barely, but we stay in bounds. So let's go. They're not going to challenge it, thank God. So let's go for the run right here. We need to get some more on the ground, and I think we can... Oh my gosh. I thought we were going to get that boost of speed. Instead, we end up kind of stalling out right there, and we only end up picking up 6. But damn it anyway, that's better than nothing. It's going to get us a little closer to being able to pick up that first down here on this one. So that's only going to be a 3rd and 1. Let's go speed option on this one. But realistically, I think we're going to audible to the inside zone. I trust our offensive line right here, and we get that. We barely get it, but again, we get it, and that's going to be the most important thing on this drive. We just need to get points. And again, only 8 minutes left in the game, essentially. So let's go. 1st and 10. Let's do it. Pitch it out. Thank you, and we got that lane. Let's go. Do we have the speed? No, they were just way too fast for us. And unfortunately, we've capped out our speed. But the good news is it's still a first down, and we're picking up a shit ton of yards. We love to see that. Let's go up the middle yet again. Why not? Let's end up... Wow. We end up missing the hole yet again, and that seems to be a recurring theme here in this game. Not something we ever want to say about ourselves, but unfortunately it's been the case. 2nd and 7, though. Let's end up going for the screen. They don't read that again. Wow. Yeah, you can tell they are not as good of a defense as Penn State or UCLA, who we ended up playing, but... There we go. We're looking good now. Down on the 15-yard line. We were down in the red zone. And if we can end up picking up 7 and pick up the first touchdown of the game, that would be ideal. Let's get that run. And again, what's that recurring theme I was talking about? Yeah, unfortunate. That's all right. 2nd and 9 right here. Let's... Yeah, you know what? We're going to split out anyways. Why not? Nice to know that he's going to be the guy on us. Let's see if we can get open in the flat. Oh, we should have ended up turning that up a little bit quicker. Well, let's go. 3rd and 3. Not bad. A lot better than I was expecting from this offense. But hey, I am not upset at it. All right, we're going to split out right here. Can we go all the way out? We cannot. So let's split out to the left. We're going all the way out. We just need to pick up a first down here. Don't necessarily need the touchdown, as we're going to get that. That is a 1st and goal. Thank God they give it to us. Oh my goodness, I was a little worried they were going to make it a 4th and inches. And I don't think that coach was going to have the balls to be able to go for it. But no, we got the first down. 5-yard line. Let's go. Last play of the 3rd quarter. Halfback sweep. Get to the outside. He can't catch up to us. We end up picking up the touchdown. That is a great way to end the 3rd quarter. And thankfully, we go up by a full 7. Unfortunately, our defense starts to crack a little bit. And they give up 7 as well. But 4 minutes to go. 10-10. Let's run this ball. Let's get a good gain. Let's get some good blocks, damn it, which we don't get right there. That's okay. 2nd and 8. We just need to make sure they don't see the ball. I don't care if we end up only kicking a field goal here. As long as they don't see the ball, we have a very good chance of winning. 2nd and 8. There we go. What a play. What a play. And we're up to the 44-yard line. Now, we simultaneously have all the time in the world, yet also need to preserve our ability to be able to score. So let's go. Let's run up the middle right here. We get a decent lane, but we only end up picking up 2. And at this point, I'm worried that running some time off the clock might actually be our detriment if we can't pick up a first down right here. As thankfully, no, we end up dropping it. They do end up getting an injury, so the clock was going to stop anyways, but this is not a good situation to be in. We're almost at midfield. It is a 3rd and 8, and we need to pick up a first down right here. Oh, they're going into a zone. Can we find a place in the middle of the zone to be able to pick something up? No! But again, it's the defense that gets us the ball back. Oh my goodness, man. 45-yard line, we're on their side of the field. We do have 2 timeouts. But again, minute 25. And wow, yeah, maybe it's the rain. Maybe it's the weather. We're just not being able to really get a clean cut. You know what I mean? Like, we're just, like, stopping dead right there. Oh, let's go. Come on. 2nd and 10. Let's keep this up right here. No. This is really bad, guys. This is really bad. As good as our defense has been, their defense has been pretty stellar here in the 4th quarter as well. And, man, this is just a defensive battle. We need to pick up the first down right here. That's the most important thing. So let's do it. There we go. Let's go. We got a first down to a whole hell of a lot more. We are now finally down here in field goal range. Whoo! And now we can just start to run the clock out just a little bit. Again, we really want to make sure that that we just hold on to the ball, we run the clock out, and we waste all their timeouts as well. We're going to have to center the kick eventually, but we'll do that very, very soon as we end up getting stopped right there. That's going to be their final timeout, though, and we're going to be fine. They took us out of the game. They didn't kick the field goal, and then we lose in overtime. Guys, we had a shot to be able to potentially challenge for the conference, and you just blew it. Coach, what are we doing? We had another amazing game, 180 in the air, 146 on the ground, and a touchdown. But Coach blows it. And I can't even be excited about this. The Indiana single-season receiving yards record. That's great, but, bro, we just blew it. We just blew it. And now I think this all but solidifies the fact that we're going to have to transfer at the end of the season. Are you kidding me? I don't know what the hell just happened there, Coach. That was just god-awful. And again, that's great. I don't give a shit, Coach. I don't want your challenges. I just want to be away from your school and your program. Because you just gave up an amazing opportunity to stay in the top 25. And look at that. We're going to have the same challenge against whoever we're facing next as we had against Penn State. But again, before we get into anything else, I think we're going to have to study a lot here. It's a little unfortunate, but we need that big boost to our GPA. As you see, of course, Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week, and we're going to be National Offense. No, we're not. Never mind. We don't deserve it, and honestly, I don't blame them. But would you look at that? Our next opponent is going to be number 1 Oregon, undefeated. We're going to have to take down another top 25 team. Not just that, but another undefeated team as well. The good news is, we're still atop that Heisman watch list. I would imagine as we click into it, of course, because, again, I want to look at our stats this season, because if we broke the single season record for receiving yards, we got to have some astronomical numbers here. As on the ground, we already got 1,100 yards, almost 1,200 with 13 tutties. Of course, in the receiving game, 1,305 with 7 touchdowns. We're going to have to up that touchdown total, but again, over 1,000 in both receiving and rushing. Amazing, especially when we have 3 games left in the season. We're going to end up looking at these next couple matchups. Again, we got Oregon next week, which is going to be extremely tough, but thankfully a couple of easier opponents to end out the season. But as we saw in these last 3 games, we lost to the team that was the worst of the bunch. So let's hope that we don't end up doing it in the next video. And let's hope that at the very least, we can get a respectable bowl game. And maybe we can look a little bit better to some better programs, and maybe we can end up going to something like Clemson or potentially Auburn like we were looking at when we were coming out of high school. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to go down and drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.